They left you broken, walked away without looking back, treated your love like it meant nothing. But here's what nobody tells you. They always come back. Not because they changed, not because they suddenly became better people, but because life has a way of teaching the cruelest lessons to those who hurt pure souls. And when that lesson hits them, when reality strips away their illusions, when the world shows them exactly what they lost, that's when they remember you. That's when they realize the biggest mistake of their life was letting you go. This isn't about revenge. This isn't about getting even. This is about understanding the one undeniable truth that will set you free. So stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you will change everything you thought. You knew about why people who hurt you always find their way back. When they were with you, they never had to explain themselves. You knew their silence meant they were hurting. You knew their distance meant they needed space. You understood the parts of them they couldn't put into words. You loved them through their worst days, through their ugliest moments, through the times when they didn't even love themselves. But they took it for granted. They thought everyone would treat them this way. They walked into the world expecting the same patience, the same understanding, the same unconditional acceptance. Instead, they met people who didn't care about their feelings. People who walked away at the first sign of difficulty. People who wanted them only when it was convenient. That's when it hits them. That's when they realize you weren't just another person in their life. You were the only one who truly saw them. The only one who stayed when everyone else left. The only one who loved them without conditions. At first, regret whispers. It shows up in quiet moments. In the middle of the night when they can't sleep. In songs that remind them of you. In places you used to go together. They push it away. They tell themselves they made the right choice. They convince themselves they're better off without you. But regret doesn't go away. It grows. It gets louder. It replays every moment they took you for granted. Every time they hurt you. Every chance they had to choose you, but didn't. The whisper becomes a scream inside their head. Why did I let them go? Why wasn't I grateful for what I had? Why did I trade something real for something temporary? Regret eats at them slowly, painfully, until their pride can't protect them anymore. Until the weight of losing you becomes heavier than the fear of admitting they were wrong. That's when they reach out. That's when they come back. Not because they're strong enough to face you, but because they're too broken to stay away. You weren't just a relationship to them. You were peace. You were home. You were the one place in this loud, selfish, exhausting world where they could finally breathe. Everyone else demanded things from them. They expected them to be someone they weren't, judged them for their mistakes. But you accepted them. You made them feel safe enough to be vulnerable, safe enough to show their fears, safe enough to exist without a mask. They left thinking they would find that feeling again somewhere else. With someone else, they didn't. The world outside was cold. People only stayed when things were easy. Nobody cared about their struggles the way you did. Nobody made them feel seen the way you did. And slowly, painfully, they realized something. The peace they felt with you cannot be replaced. The comfort you gave them cannot be found anywhere else. You were their calm in the storm, and now they're drowning without you. Life has a way of balancing things out. When someone hurts a good heart, karma doesn't just punish them, it teaches them. It brings someone into their life who treats them the exact same way they treated you. When they ignored your texts, someone ignores theirs. When they made you feel unimportant, someone makes them feel invisible. When they broke promises, someone breaks theirs. When they walked away without explanation, someone disappears on them without warning. And in those moments, in that pain, they finally understand. They finally feel what you felt. They finally realize the damage they caused. That's when the truth breaks through their denial. That's when they see your worth clearly for the first time. Karma doesn't let anyone escape their actions. It mirrors the pain back to them until they learn. And when they learn, when the lesson is finally complete, that's when they come crawling back. Before we continue, if this is resonating with you, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe to Psychology. Routine because we're diving deep into the truths nobody else will tell you. When you were there, everything felt manageable. Their stress, their problems, their doubts, you helped them carry it all. You were their biggest cheerleader, their safe space to vent, their reminder that they weren't alone. But when you're gone, life becomes unbearable. There's no one to encourage them when they want to give up. No one to believe in them when they doubt themselves. No one to celebrate their wins or comfort them through their losses. They try to find that support in other people, but it's not the same. Nobody cares the way you cared. Nobody shows up the way you showed up. They realized that the strength they thought was theirs was actually coming from you. The confidence they had was built on your words. The peace they felt was created by your presence. Without you, they're lost. Without you, they're weak. Without you, life is just harder. And that realization brings them back every single time. Here's something most people don't understand about deep connections. Some people you meet and forget. But you were different. You weren't just a chapter in their story. You were the turning point. You changed something inside them, touched a part of their soul that nobody else could reach. Even after they left, even after months or years passed, they still feel you. A song plays, and they think of you. A place reminds them of a memory. A feeling brings them back to a moment you shared. That invisible thread between you never breaks. It just stretches, and no matter how far they run, no matter how much they try to move on, their heart keeps pulling them back toward you. Because real connections don't just disappear. They linger, they haunt, they refuse to be forgotten. You left a mark on their soul that time can't erase, and eventually, inevitably, that mark brings them back to where it all began, back to you. Let me tell you about someone who learned this lesson the hardest way possible. She gave everything to someone who treated her like an option. 3 years of showing up, of being patient, of loving through the chaos. He left her for someone who seemed more exciting, more carefree, more fun. She was devastated, but she rebuilt herself. 6 months later, he came back. You know what he said? That the new person didn't understand him, that nobody made him feel the way she did, that he finally realized love like hers doesn't exist anymore. Here's what she told him, and here's what you need to remember too. Love today is fast, shallow, temporary. People stay until something better comes along. They love you when it's easy and leave when it gets hard. But your love was different. Your love had depth. Your love had loyalty. Your love had patience that most people will never experience. You didn't love them for what they could give you. You loved them for who they were. You stayed during their lowest moments. You believed in them when they didn't believe in themselves. You gave them a kind of love that's rare, that's pure, that's irreplaceable. They didn't see it then, but they see it now, after meeting person after person who only wanted them for surface-level reasons. After experiencing shallow connections that felt empty, they finally understand. You were the exception. You were the one who loved them the way everyone wishes to be loved. And once they realize that, once they see how rare you truly were, they come running back hoping you'll give them another chance. So they came back. Now what? Here's the truth nobody talks about. They come back because losing you was the wake-up call they never saw coming. Life taught them the hard way that you were the blessing they didn't appreciate, the love they didn't deserve, the person they should have fought for. But returning doesn't mean they changed. It just means they're hurting right now. So here's the test. The real test that separates genuine change from temporary regret. Watch their actions for 30 days. Do they show up consistently or only when it's convenient? Do they take responsibility for the pain they caused, or do they make excuses? Do they respect your boundaries, or do they push for intimacy too fast? Do they prove they're different through effort, or do they just promise with words? Are they patient with your healing, or do they rush you to forgive and forget? Here's what you need to understand about your worth. Your heart is not a revolving door. Your love is not a backup plan. You are not a safe place for people who only come back when they have nowhere else to go. Some people return because they genuinely transformed, because they spent months working on themselves, because they're ready to love you the way you always deserved. But most come back because they're lonely, because life got hard, because they want comfort without commitment. Don't let them back in just because they apologize. Don't accept them just because you miss what you had. If they return, make them prove they're different. Make them earn back what they destroyed. And if they can't pass the test, if they're the same person wearing a different mask, then let them go for good. Because you deserve someone who sees your worth the first time, not after losing you breaks them. Someone who chooses you every single day, not just when they realize nobody else will love them like you did. Welcome to Psychology Routine. If this message gave you the clarity you've been searching for, subscribe right now and turn on notifications, because we're here to give you the truths that will change how you see relationships, yourself, and the people who never deserved the gift of your love.